This video on wire rope slings can be used for educational purposes or safety meetings in the workplace. This video will reference the ASME B30.9 standard, but the manufacturer specifications must always be referenced and made accessible to users. Manufacturer-specific information will provide workers with the product's limitations, use, and inspection requirements. The 4 items required to be marked on wire rope slings are the manufacturer, the rated load, size of the sling, and the number of legs on the sling. ASME states that the acceptable temperature ranges for wire rope slings goes from -40 degrees Celsius up to 204 degrees Celsius. A few reasons why a wire rope sling may have to be removed from service are missing or illegible identification, broken wires, severe localized abrasion or scraping, kinking, crushing, bird caging, or other damage to the rope structure, evidence of heat damage, fittings that are cracked, deformed, or worn, and severe corrosion of the rope or fittings. If using a wire rope sling around an edge or corner, the sling must be protected with a material of sufficient strength, thickness, and construction to prevent damage to the sling. On a bridle or multi-legged wire rope sling, the rated load is usually based on a horizontal angle of 60 degrees. As the horizontal sling angle decreases, the sling tension increases. The worker must be aware of the effects of the horizontal sling angle by referring to the manufacturer's specifications. Normally, if the horizontal sling angle is at 60 degrees, the tension increases by 15%. At 45 degrees, the sling tension increases by 41%. And at 30 degrees, the sling tension increases by 100%. If you reduce the angle of the sling's choke hitch less than 120 degrees against the load, you will reduce the rated load. For example, at 120 degrees, the rated load is at 100%. However, when the hitch angle is reduced to 90 degrees, the wire rope only operates at 87% of the sling's rated load. If you decrease this even further, to a 29-degree hitch angle, the wire rope will only be operating at 49% of its rated load capacity. This table shows the choker hitch rated capacity adjustment. The recommended size ratio for wire rope slings is 25:1. As the diagram shows, if the wire rope sling was 1 inch in diameter, then the load should be at least 25 inches for the sling to be operating at its full capacity. As the load diameter decreases against the sling size, so too does the capacity of the sling. It is not recommended to go smaller than the rope's diameter. When hooking the eye of a sling onto an object, it is important to know that no object greater than half the length of the sling's eye should be used. In addition, no object smaller than the sling's diameter should be used either. For instance, an eye of 12 inches should be hooked on an object no bigger than 6 inches. As well, if the rope sling being used is 3/4 inches thick, the object being hooked onto should be at least 3/4 of an inch in thickness itself. When storing wire rope slings, it is best to keep them somewhere safe and clean so the slings can avoid mechanical damage, corrosion, moisture, as well as adverse temperatures. ASME states that there is a minimum standard of an annual periodical inspection of wire rope slings. Check with your employer for their equipment inspection schedule.